So my name is Katie. I'm the Notary Relations Director for BlueNotary. And the purpose of this webinar is to go over vetting new notary partners. So if you get to the point that you want to start working with different notaries, for whatever reason, if you are too busy, if you are working a different job and you get business in, but you want to still retain those people, if you offload it to different notaries that you trust, that is something that you can do in the meantime while you are still trying to figure out your 9 to 5, or if you have a different job that is a little bit that you still have to do, but just kind of moving parts around. I find it especially helpful for me because my schedule is so chaotic a little bit. So I'm not always available. There's last minute emergency signings that happen all the time, and I'll be out doing something. I still want to be able to help them. I still want to get that client. So I find it useful to partner with different notaries. I have run into some issues as far as notaries that I work with not being the most professional, not making a good impression on the client, and then therefore me as well. So just some things that I have found very, very helpful to do and to think about. It's still a process regardless of like a conversation when you are talking to these people that you are working with, just like any co-working or business thing. But these are the top things that I think are most useful for when you are looking to partner with different notaries. One, I think partnering with a notary or different notaries is very, very important because of all of the benefits that it brings to you and your business, the business continuity, different ideas. You can pass business back and forth. So, I mean, if you don't see the benefits, I really encourage you to open up those conversations with different notaries, just so that way you can see for yourself. So the first thing, as always, I have notes, so that's what I'm referring to. The first thing is the reputation and experience of the new notary. So someone that you are working with, if you have someone that is brand new, you might have to build in a little bit of education, a little bit of coaching for that new notary to just kind of build them up if they have any questions of when you are sending documents to them. So if it's something that's a will signing that you're going to be sending to a new notary, going over that documentation, you're going to have to think about that in the back of your head if you are working with a notary that has no experience in that. You could be working with someone that has a background in title, and so you can just send them all the title work, not have to worry about it, all of the different types of background. So you want to find out their background, and what their strong points are. So that way, if you don't do apostille work, but you have someone contacting you for apostille work or permit pulling or for whatever reason, you can send it to, I can send it to someone that does apostille work all the time. Another thing to consider is if you want to see if they have a background check. So I've worked with different notaries that have asked me for my background check. And then I've also asked other notaries for their background check. It's up to your own discretion if you're comfortable doing that. But for me, if someone was asking me for a background check, I would like them better because this is sensitive information. Sometimes the title companies that you are working with want to see those background checks. And so if you bring someone else on and you're also working with the same title company, and then they ask, well, who is this? You can say, oh, this is my associate. This is their background check. This is someone that I trust. So it's not just, oh, I sent it to this person that said that they're a notary. You want to make sure that you're vetting them so that way you feel good about it and they feel good about it too. Like the documents that they send are still safe. So background check. The other thing that I really like to kind of get a vibe on is the professionalism. So I'm sure that you guys are probably aware, but everything that you kind of put out onto the internet is immediately available. So I kind of think about that when I am doing a little bit of a vetting information for someone that I want to work with. So if this is someone, and this is just my own personal, but if there is someone that is putting stuff out on the internet that if someone else that would potentially be a job partner would see and be like, Katie's working with this person, I might step away from that relationship. So the things that I look for is if someone is derogatory, if someone is saying things that's not nice towards different demographics, very, very political things, I try and stay away from. Public things that are in public. In private, like they have their rights to their own stuff, but just when I'm working with them, it's something that I keep in mind. So just basic professionalism, what they kind of wear during the interviews and everything like that, just some of that I keep in mind, just because that is how they are going to be representing themselves to the signers. I ask pretty much every single time if I send work to someone else, I ask the signers and the title company how that went. So that's what I think about when I am sending stuff, because they're asking too. The realtor is asking the title company, how did this run go? I ask the law firm that I sent a mobile notary to, how did that go? And so she said, oh, she did really, really good. I added her to my book of references. It's like, okay, good. I'm going to use her as a different reference for those things. So, professionalism. The other thing that I kind of look into is specialization. So I don't really want to take all the time that I have to specialize in certain things. So I have different partners that if someone comes to me and wants something specific like apostille work, I have not delved into the world of apostille, so I send it to someone else that I trust. So kind of getting into that space, because you want someone. I like being the person that someone goes to, and it's like, well, if I don't know the answer, I know someone that does. I'm going to find someone else that will help you, so that way next time you have something, you either can go to them and then they'll refer work back to me, or you can ask me again, and then I can kind of have it go out to someone else that I also trust. So it's basically like a big referral network, but I do think that it's important to kind of be the resource. The other thing that you want to think about is pricing. So you want to make sure that when you are sending this work out, if you are the one that is doing all of the marketing and all of the work and putting in all of this time, you don't really want to send it to someone that is going to take the bulk of that cut. So I would most likely find someone that can do it for a more reasonable price, since I kind of did all the legwork and then I'm giving you the work. So that's just kind of something that you want to think about. And then also when you're setting it up with the notary partner, tracking if you are sending a good amount of work and then you want to get a percentage, if they are working directly with that business, then how you want to set up tracking. So like, let's say, you've had this relationship with the title company, you can't take them anymore, but you want to give it to a different notary, how that kind of looks as far as pricing and if you get a fee for that. So just something to think about. The availability of the notary. So if they are available, or if they're working at their job, or they say that they can and then end up not doing it, I don't work with them anymore. Like I usually do like a 2 strikes rule. If I say, if I ask them if they're available, they say yes, and then something happens where I'm scrambling to find a different notary, or I'm doing it instead. Usually by the second one, I'm just done. I don't care about your excuse. I am the one that is having to deal with it. And so, the availability is something that is a little bit touchy for me. I mean, it's fine if something happens, but if it happens twice, I just would rather kind of step away and then give the business to a different notary that's available. That's just kind of how I am. And then a different thing is what I find the most useful is volunteering to be a witness for them or having them witness for me. And then just kind of, I want them to see how I kind of run things. And then if they have any feedback, I'm open to it. But then if I'm witnessing for them, or if I do a mock session with them and kind of see what they do, how receptive they are to feedback. So if they're open to suggestions or like, hey, what you did wasn't exactly how it's supposed to go. Like, you're supposed to do this. If they come at me super defensively, that's fine, but I'm most likely not going to work with you. I don't like conflict, and I would rather just have them take the feedback, say, oh yeah, that's good. Thank you for letting me know, and then move on from it, because I am not going to sit here and find the law and send it to you. I'd rather just go about my day. I don't want to deal with it. So, and then the other thing that I think that I've been thinking about a lot is a formal agreement. So like a non-compete. Like if we're passing work back and forth and I have a title company that I work with and I'm going to send it to you, obviously on the paperwork, it has the title company on there. So in the back of my head, it's like, if you wanted to directly go to that title company, you technically could. So you just have to either in general, you have to trust these notaries that you're sending this work to. And then also you can make a type of document. And I don't know exactly what that would look like, but a non-compete sort of thing. So like if I'm bringing the business, I'm bringing the title company, I'm bringing the law firm in, you're not going to try and undermine me and go directly to that law firm and say, hey, I'll do this for $25 less and, send you a nice fruit basket. So those are all things to kind of think about for when you are working with different notary partners. Did you guys have any questions or anything that you thought that like you wanted to add? So I'm just going to open it up for discussion now because I feel like I talked a lot. Yeah, you guys can unmute.
Okay, I have something. Well, I work with notary partners, but we work together like a
Yes.
team.
Yeah.
So if I can't take an appointment, I call the next one. If she can't take it, then she'll call the next one, and we just go through. And but we each keep our own. Like I don't take a piece of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we just each take it. Whoever can take it can take it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it's a team of notaries that I personally know.
Yeah.
That I've personally worked with. We all have $1 million E&O policy. And so, we trust one another. We see each other monthly. And so, it's just nice to have a little bit of backup. Yeah. And I'm kind of looking for that same situation with Ron, because sometimes there's a Ron appointment that I can't take, but I don't want to give it to just anybody that doesn't know what they're doing or doesn't have the experience on Ron,
Yeah, I run into that sometimes too, because I have some people that, I text like, hey, I can't do this. I'm going to go run and do some other stuff. Can you take this? And that's fine too, but it is something that I run into. That's one of my struggles is finding other people to kind of get everything taken care of for me. And I have not run into, I've never worked with anyone that has tried to take a title company from me or anything like that. I wouldn't work with someone, but it is just something to think about because I have heard stories about that. Yeah. So into this, I hope that it was. Do you guys like stuff like this, or do you think it's helpful? Or yeah. Okay.
I'm always learning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just starting out. I haven't
Uh-huh.
even done one Ron yet, but um, I love this kind of thing because I like the more personable on learning type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything that you aren't sure on? I mean, we're here if you want to. Do you have any
I know
questions?
nothing. Nothing. Delaware just okayed Ron.
Yeah.
So, and actually today, Blue Notary approved me
Oh,
to, yeah.
congratulations.
So I am
Yay.
brand new. So I
Yeah.
know nothing. I haven't even done a mock one or anything.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So I would definitely recommend doing a test with a friend. So when you get in there, definitely do a test with a friend. And I would do it from both signer and notary points of view. And if you don't have any, like I did it like alone for the most part, just because I wanted to like fiddle around with everything. So I sent it to a dummy email. So that way you can kind of see what it looks like without asking anyone else to be on the call unless you want to. But I really like involving friends and family because it's a nice way to kind of get them involved, but then also ask them to like start thinking about how easy it is, and that way they can be my own cheerleaders. So
yeah, I mean,
um,
I'd get my sister to do that part, but I'd like to. I would love to sit in on somebody else's, like do a mock for to see their side of it.
yeah, yeah, I mean we can do that. I mean we can set it up for next time. I don't know exactly how we would do that. I guess we could screen share, but it would be a little bit, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know anything about it, so I don't know.
That would be like to see a live test with a friend would be nice. But I don't know exactly how to set that up.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
you
don't
can
know
do
if
it.
Ron's in Delaware or
Maybe
even
what?
under Pennsylvania.
I'm sorry. What, Monique?
Oh, I was going to say, maybe you can do it with someone and record it and then show it to us.
Yes. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, yeah, I'll do that all day. That's
That's a
all
good
we do.
idea.
Yeah, yeah. And especially now because we just rolled out that new, another new rollout to make things easier. Because I think something that we were running into is the if they had huge documents, we made it a lot easier for everything to kind of load. But did you have a question, Monique?
I do. Well, no. I have a suggestion for
Yeah.
any new notaries or seasoned notaries that I did this, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is I offered a signing service owner to test with me so they could see how I work in order to possibly hire me to do their Ron closings. And so it was wonderful. I did the test with a friend with her,
Yeah.
and I went through a full seller package with her, exactly how I would do it with the client.
Uh-huh.
And she hired me to exclusively do all her ROMs that she gets. So
Yay!
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea. That is a great idea.
So contact your favorite signing service owners and say, hey, I'm Ron certified. Would love to do RONs for you. How about you jump online with me and I'll show you how it goes.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great idea. I'm glad that you said that because I've done that with law firms, like people that have not done it before, and then a title company as well. But that's a great way to get your foot in the door. Like, oh, I'll do this. I'll do this. So yeah, mock sessions 100% is a good idea. That's it. Thank you. This is why I love stuff like this because it's such good idea sharing and like brainstorming. Because I feel like the notary community is so open and like information sharing is just all the time. And I really, really appreciate you guys doing that.
Yeah, we got to help each other.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I would do tests with the friends. And then if you don't already have a Google My Business page, I would start that because that's a nice landing page. And then if you have Canva, I would start kind of doing Canva and then posting on Facebook. That's a kind of nice free way to get everybody involved. And that's a good majority of my clients are my Facebook friends, just because they are like, oh, they bring in someone else and then, they want to help me, but they don't have, work for me. But the easiest way for someone to help a small business is to refer to someone else or share something. I mean, it's there's a ton of different ways that don't necessarily mean giving business to me, but like kind of giving business to them. So yeah, Facebook and social media. In the very beginning, I felt stupid posting. Yeah. Well, okay, I'll tell you. I felt stupid too, but like I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, or without. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now as far as like getting the business and getting the referrals if I didn't put myself out there, because otherwise no one would know that I exist still. So that was a very, very big hurdle for me, is to essentially toot my own horn, say like, I'm a notary, I'm pretty good. I would like you to use me, because otherwise they're not going to. Like the other day, I had someone on my Facebook post, like one of my friends, say, "I need a notary. Do you know anyone?" And I was like, "Excuse me, like I'm a notary, like
right here."
So yeah, but I mean, you might think that you're annoying. Like I'm not saying that you're annoying. I felt annoyed saying that I'm a notary. Like almost every post was like, I'm a notary, but it works. I have a client that's a contractor that I get work fairly regularly from, and it's him. That's the one that I was like, excuse me, I'm the notary. But he has a really big construction business that he would, I mean, if I hadn't posted, he wouldn't know that I was available. So going out on social media and just kind of advertising is a really big hurdle, but it is how you will get good. Good. Okay. Well, I am going to go lay on the floor because I got a long day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I'm really glad that you guys connected. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, you can always, reach out on the Facebook group and everything. So I appreciate everybody. So,
Awesome.
Thank you, Katie.
Hi, thank you.
Bye.